Hey crafters, welcome into Guys Craft 2. My name is John and thanks for being here this afternoon. I appreciate each and every one of you and it always is so much fun to get to have some time together. Um, Hopefully my embroidery machine going in the background is not going to cause big problems. It should be finishing in just a minute, but hopefully you can hear me because it is supposed to be a noise canceling head or microphone. So we'll see, I guess. So if you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome. If you're a new subscriber, thank you very much. If you're a um, longtime subscriber, thank you even more. It means a lot. Welcome all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you as well. And it just means so much that you all reach out and help support the channel in all the different ways that we can. So first in tonight was Joydy. Hey Joydy, welcome in. Thanks for being here. My good friend Mona from down in Tucson's here. Hey, welcome in, Mona. I like Mona says I'm trying to get a quilt top done so it can be quilted tomorrow. I understand how those days go, right? Hey, Brendan. Happy lunchtime. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. Dahlia's here. Hey, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Barb Scott. Hey, good afternoon to you. There's my good buddy Brian from the Witchcraft Room. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Mr. Quilter says, oh, Jody, I thought it was going to be third time lucky, but then fourth. You know, you just never know, right? It is crazy. I appreciate how early some of you all jump on. It really does my heart kind of good. Danelle's here, my buddy Danelle. I got to see you for about 10 minutes yesterday. And, it's just so hard for me on the weekends, right? Because you all being 3 hours ahead of us makes it hard for me to jump on. I typically can get on with Sean for a little bit because I typically get up between 5:30 and 6, so I'm able to make his for a little bit. But beyond that, it's really kind of difficult. So we will see. Um, who else? Who else? Hey, Barb, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Judy's here. Hey, Judy, welcome in. Just trying to catch up because let me tell you, guys, you all are chatty, chatty, and I love it. It just means so much. And I hate it on cutting up and piecing out the other night when we were doing machine embroidery. Just so much going on in the studio. It's just hard to keep up with the chat as well. Hey, Zazalita, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Hey, Janet, thanks for being here. Who else? Hey, Alex, welcome. Thanks for being here. She says, be right back. Need to top off my coffee. So get that. Believe me. I can't drink coffee this late, though. It'll keep me up all night. I can drink caffeine, though, so I'm drinking Cherry Coke Zero, but because that doesn't have any effect on me. But hot does for some reason. Hey, Pat, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Dawn is here. Welcome, Dawn. All right, and if I miss you, it is absolutely not on purpose, and I hope you realize that. Oh, thanks, Jody, because I wasn't sure. It's on the other side of the studio, but I'm trying to get this done. So I've been working on these, and I have literally been working on these all day because we are gifting these, and I wanted to get this done, get these done, and it just takes longer than you anticipate. Everything always takes longer than I anticipate, but that's okay. Hey, Raven, welcome in. It's always good to see Raven back on the channel. Thanks for being here. All right. Brian goes, I clicked on the wrong thumbnail. I'm going to be first next week. Sorry. I am trying to make sure that I get the upcomings out sooner because Lord have mercy, I was getting some of those out just in time. Adam Souza's is here. Hey Adam, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Pat goes, how are you loving your Harry Potter machine? So I am. It's so funny. Herbert, my old Viking, is the one that's stitching these out because these are just 10 millimeters too big for Hagrid, but that's okay. So I have been having fun all weekend with Hagrid. I finally got the Dime software, uploaded, and grabbed some of the new artwork off of that, and then playing with that. And then, I don't know, somebody may have found out. So, I have so many enablers. Tula Pink, this group's having Tula Pink on sale. This group's got an online sale you need to jump into. And then Pink Door just sent me something, and I had to jump in on Pink Door. And because I realized I had missed this new collection. So, needless to say, don't worry, there's an unboxing coming soon because we did get caught up. Hey, Jackie, welcome in. My goal is to get up to Adam's level of speed, right? So making some beautiful handbags. But you know what? At least I've done a Hemingway pouch now. I've done two, and I have done my first zipper. So you know what? Baby steps, and we all get there, right? One step at a time. Mona did what is here? Hey, Mona, thanks for being here. All right, and am I getting caught up? So what all have we been doing? It has been crazy. Judy's here. Hey, Judy. Mona says, I wish I was going to be there to get one of your flags. That's okay. I tell you what, it's so crazy. We are so excited. We are finally under contract to sell Shady Pines. We decided to sell the park home late last year because honestly, it cost us so much money just to have it sit there, and we're not getting there. It's so hard for us. We end up getting there late Friday night, so we're not getting, so, and then we're there Saturday, but I want to be back here typically by uh, 4 o'clock on Sunday to do my live from, this home. Although we have done them up there. Just anyways, and the economy and the gas and everything, like you can just see how stressed people are with finances and what they're thinking about, and we are too, right? Because we've decided we're going to buy a couple of acres and we're going to move out and get a little bit more rural. But what my partner did remind me of the other day is, what that means is you also have to think about internet and connectivity, because the one thing I do enjoy is my YouTube, and I'm not giving that up. So, needless to say, we'll figure all that out as well. Brandon says, Brian makes me laugh every time I see you. I tell you what. Oh, Jordy wants a flag too. You know what? Maybe we'll do some giveaways on some of those and see. It is so it is interesting enough. It is a die from AccuQuilt. As you know me and AccuQuilt, and again, I do have an affiliate link, so if you want to buy anything, I appreciate you using the affiliate link because it doesn't cost you, but it does give me a little back. But I am not sponsored by them. I am not working for them, and I have bought and paid for everything. But this sewing machine and all the pieces are cut out of the one die. So you get the thread, you get the topper, you get the machine, and you get all the other pieces. So, and then Creative Applique actually has the stitch file that they put together, and I think it was $8 or whatever. That's got the happy place and all that. Sadly, I have stitched so many of these now that I actually have it memorized, so I can just keep the machine running. I don't even need to um, go over and check on. Yeah, I know what the next step is. So I got that one done. Obviously, here's another one that I've gotten done. I haven't pressed it out, but that is another one that I've got. So I'm trying to do a lot of variety so people feel like they have a little bit of a choice, and I'm going to trim those up maybe tonight while we are on air, because I don't know that I'm going to have time to really get to sewing, but we'll see. It all works out in the end, right? Zaza wants a flag. See, we'll figure something out, friends. I'm telling you, especially for my moderators. Um, what else? Deb's here. Hey, Deb, the pug mama quilter. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Pat goes, just because you jump in, you don't have to buy. Yeah, yeah, no, but that's a nice sentiment, right? How crazy is that? You know, you goes, what fun is that, Pat? Amen. I tell you what, I just, for some reason, I got hooked on their site the other day and I was like, man, I've got to log off. And yeah, it was $500 later. But I hadn't bought anything for the entire month. So I didn't feel bad because at least I had went the whole month before I bought anything. So I thought that was pretty good. So that helped at least bring some sound reasoning into the situation, right? Who else? Oh, Raven goes, acreage is exciting. You could have duckies. We had duckies for 2 weeks years ago. My daughter went to Montessori school. I think she was 3 or 4. And one of the things they did was hatch chickens. It was just chickens. No, chickens and ducks. They hatched chickens and ducks. And then over Easter, everyone got to bring one home for a week or something. We got a duck. The duck was adorable, except it messed constantly. It was like, okay, you're not eating that much, so how possibly could that much be just coming out of you? Like every 10 minutes, it was like, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. So we were very excited when school opened and we could take it back to school. So, but it was cute. Pecos would be good giveaway. See what? Figure that out. Yeah, we'll make something happen. Christmas is coming, guys. I actually was watching Hallmark Christmas movies. I don't get as much into the spring movies on Hallmark and some of the other stuff, but I don't know. It just I do enjoy my Hallmark, and it definitely has not been on in the house like it is in the fall. I can tell you that. Um, Sally says, Happy Sunday Fun Day. Yes, it is. And it is actually a fun day for John because I have a crazy work schedule coming up starting in July and a lot of work that I have to get done. And so I have a big project that I've got to focus on in that. And so it's not going to allow me to take time off for a while. So I am burning vacation now. And so I actually took Monday off. So I get to stay home tomorrow and play. It's sad because I will be by myself because my partner, of course, will have to be at work. But that's okay. It gives me time to focus on projects and things I need to get done because I definitely need to get things ready for the retreat. I have an idea of what we want and what's going on, but I still need to get everything put together. So we've got the totes and shirts and different things ready. I just need to get everything assembled and going because you know what? It's hard to believe, but it's only like 2 weeks and it'll be here. Oh, which brings me to the holiday quilting bee. So I think what I'm going to do for the holiday quilting bee is Banner Day. I kind of like this. This is a 2024 pattern from Villa Rosa, but it's called Banner Day. And it is a table runner. And again, it's only 15 inches by 63. And the last one I did that ended up being 15 inches. I thought it was just too narrow. So we'll see when we get this done, but I think that's the pattern that I'm going to do for the holiday quilting bee. So I am excited because it has been a long time since we have had a holiday quilting bee. It's been a long time since John's had a paid holiday, let me tell you. That goes for the month it just started. You know, it's all in the message, right? So I did go. It is the first thing I bought this month. All I'm going to say. Oh, Jordy goes, John, not buy. Actually, I've been better this year, but not when it comes to Tula. And I pre-ordered all the October collection, so I'm excited about that. Judy goes, hope you're talking about April. Nope, wasn't talking about April. I was talking about May. So, and now that I've already went down that slope in May, right? I mean, now I can just go on and buy more. But I actually did pretty good because March I bought some stuff at the Didn't actually buy all that much at the craft show. Look how cute. I love some of the scrap fabrics I've been able to find to do these. And man, it makes such a big difference getting these pressed. So, all right, let's keep working on those. Who else? Oh, Raven goes, I remember now his terrible weather. Yes, I am in Arizona. It is 97, 98 today, and for some reason, I have not been able to get this house cool. I think I'm having hot flashes, if there's such a thing for men. Who else? See, Brian goes, I like to average things out. I can buy a lot since I never bought any fabric between the ages of 0 and 45. Amen, right? And look at Mr. Quilter. Look at Brendan spending more money. So I caught your announcement about buying Show and Tell by Elizabeth Hartman. Welcome to the madness. So we've gotten, we're doing it as a block of the month. Brendan will have it done in a weekend and it'll be absolutely gorgeous. But we're doing it as a block of the month. I've got the first fox quilt done, but I haven't put the fox on the quilt yet. But I am like you, Brendan. I did not get to listen to you because I actually had you on in the other room, and then I thought I'd be able to listen, and I couldn't hear over the embroidery machine. So I'll go back and watch where I can actually hear it. But I did catch you having it, and I did um, saw that that was going on. So I think that's going to be cool. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. Sadly, I don't even remember buying the silly thing. Zaza goes, how many ducks made it back? I think all, what was interesting is every year they ended up doing like 30 chicks and 10 ducks or whatever. And there was a farmer out in the county every year that took the animals. And my daughter's like, can we go visit them? And I'm like, I'm not sure what their lifespan is, dear. But so we never did get to go visit. Hey, sweet granny, welcome in. Thanks for being here. She says she's home, but not to sew. I do need another resting first. I get that. You know what? You'll get there when you get there. Oh, Zaza says no Christmas talk. It's not even June. That's sad. I think you should always talk about Christmas. I always get excited about Christmas. Mona did what said it snowed there yesterday? No. How crazy is that? I can't imagine. It's 97 here today. 97, 98. I'm like, guys, this is just killing me. Like, I'm not, uh, and I like the heat. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely could not deal with snow, but it's just so crazy, right? As you can see, Hercules is back, so I am so excited. Adam says throw a border on it, John. I think that's what I'm going to do. That makes sense. I think that will just make it look better, right? Mm. Hey, Inez, welcome in. Thanks for being here. What else is going on? Oh, listen, she says, can you give a date when you're going to open the Tula drawer? I need to do that soon. I got to do it soon, guys. We're down to finally having everything done in the design studio with the exception of the one camera. And he still has not been able to get that to work. And I wanted that camera because it's the machine embroidery area. So I really wanted that for our live on Thursday night. But as you know, that didn't work out. He's still working on it. I feel bad because it's not his forte. He does it and he has the most patience of any person you'll ever meet. And he'd have to kind of live with me. Some people think I'm a handful. No comment, Mona. But it is what it is. So we'll see. Lots of duck ponds in Arizona. Yeah, this was actually back in Virginia. No, it was actually in Kentucky. Gosh, wow, you're all really dating me. I had to really think where she went to Montessori school. So no, that was actually back in Kentucky, back in the day. Alex says my hubby is letting me use our taxes to buy fabric and things I need for my craft. That is awesome. I know you talked about a new machine too, so it is exciting because I tell you what, it just our habit is not cheap and it does just take time. So Hercules is back from the shop finally. It only took them 7 weeks, so we won't be going back to that shop for machine repairs. And apparently John did something with his bobbin. So that's been rectified and fixed to the tune of 300 and something dollars later. I had no idea it was going to cost me that. I know they called and told me the new bobbin case and that I needed was $130. So I guess they charged me almost 170 for repairs and maintenance and that. And so, and then took 7 weeks. So I'm like, yeah, I think there's all other alternatives. One of the alternatives is to get my partner better trained in it. Brendan goes, if only. I think it's going to take me a very long time to make it. I think you'll be done way ahead of me. So excited for it. I am too. And that's why I decided I can tell you it is definitely stretching me and has totally put me out of my comfort zone. But I will say, we cut everything for the first one, and actually when I sat down and started putting it together and that, the directions flow really well. Mine matched up actually pretty nice, and I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm kind of looking forward to the next opportunity to work on it this month. But again, I am doing it as a block of the month. I am not going to stress myself. I'm not going to just keep pushing to try to get it done. I don't think it's necessary, and it'll be good when it's done. And until then, it doesn't matter. All right. Inez says they have lots of icebergs there. Oh my goodness, Inez, Ohio. I can't believe it's still snowing across the country. It's May, guys. How crazy. Barb Scott says we had a mama duck and her babies trapped in the backyard. Last spring, my neighbor saw them and called me, opened the gate. They all left to wherever ducks go around here. How crazy is that? So I do think they're adorable in that. I have been to Memphis, and I can't think of the name of the hotel, but I have been to Memphis and watched the ducks go across the street, come into the hotel, and swim around in the hotel pond and all that. It is a something to see. I'm assuming they still do that. I don't know, but that was something big back in the day. And yes, I've been to Graceland. Yes, I'm an Elvis fan. Um, Always enjoyed Elvis and his music. Hey, Katrina, welcome in. Thanks for being here this afternoon. Mm-mm-mm. Trini says, I had a duck in Greensboro. My uncle bought it for my Easter gift. Yeah, I know we went to, a couple of years ago, I went into farm Tractor Supply for something. And they had chicks and ducks in crates that, for like for people to buy. And I was like, oh my gosh, no, my daughter would have died. She, my daughter had everything. We had turtles, we had rabbits, we had um, I think guinea pigs at one point. We had lovebirds. She was really into all of that stuff. All right, so this one, let's take a look at this. Again, I'm just trying to make a real variety, and I think these are turning out. I'm so happy with how they are turning out, but they definitely need to be pressed and all that. And I have to show you the hangers that I bought to go with these because I really think those are adorable. Hey, Katie, my friend, the Greenland quilter. Welcome, welcome in. Always exciting to see you. I got to catch her live the other day, and then I did stream a little bit with her today in the background as I was trying to run these and get things going. So always good to see you, and I will be on Katie's channel next Saturday. So next Saturday is going to be busy for me because I have to run Friday night. We have to run up to the park home and get hopefully the last of our personal stuff out of there. But we have to get up at the crack of dawn to get back down here because I already have a haircut appointment. And I just don't like having to change and get out of routine for my haircut. So we'll just get up there at 5:30 and get back here in time so I can have my haircut. And then I will be on Katie's channel. I think it's 1 o'clock my time. And so I am so super excited for that. Mona says, yes, Carl has patience. He's a good guy. Oh, the Peabody. Yes, thanks, Nikki. You're not late. You're on Nikki time, and I appreciate that. Hey, Mama Jan, welcome in. Oh, Danelle says, I'm rearranging my sewing room tonight, and I am so exhausted. I am too. So I um, I have no room in this design studio. So every shelf I've got, every flat space is just stacked. I've got projects stacked everywhere. And so I decided today, I told my partner, I think I need a set of bookshelves here so I can have my work in progress there because I need to get them away because I they stack on my AccuQuilt, and so every time I want to go use something, it's like, okay, well, the first thing I got to do is unload it. It's like, and if you saw the room I have in here, guys, it is a little embarrassing. So I really shouldn't complain, but anyways, I keep trying to find ways to make me more efficient and get things done. So Danelle, I so hear you, and it's exhausting, right? Because you want to stitch and you want to do other things, but yet it's like, okay, I need to get that done too. Katrina says, isn't there a Peabody in Florida near Orlando? Maybe Jim and Mike both got to lead the parade when they went on a trip with her parents. No, I didn't know that. So there very well could be. My partner's stepfather built the Duck Hotel on the roof of the Peabody Hotel. That is awesome. Interesting. Today we were watching something about Disney popped on YouTube, and I was watching that, and one of the things they were talking about is he'd always wanted to build the Boston downtown or whatever in Disneyland. They couldn't get the funding, so that was one of the first things he built when they opened Disney World, and that included the Hall of Presidents, which my dad actually helped wire back in the day because Dad was on strike with the company he worked for. He worked for Brown and Williamson cigarettes, tobacco, and they were on strike. And a lot of the guys left Kentucky and went down there because there was so much work at Disney World. And so um, I always think it's cool whenever I get to go to Disney World and go to Hall of Presidents to think that my dad had a little hand in making that happen. So I always think that's exciting. Sally goes, I've been working to clean out my laptop. It's done in stages. I haven't used it in about a year. Yes, that kind of stuff just takes forever. And I hate that kind of stuff. That's why it drives me nuts with all this technology and trying to make these cameras work and all that stuff. Started with me cleaning off my workbench where I cut my yardage and it turned into rearranging the sewing room. But your sewing room has really looked good this year. I know you've turned it around and done several things. And I tell you what, you can see such a difference on your lives in that. So my problem is my mind is always thinking, I'm like, okay, if I move that now, that would actually give me more room to do this. So we'll see. We'd actually planned to get some long arming done this weekend because he is way, way, way behind in long arming. I've got one there, but the problem is I've got three that he has long armed that I still haven't done the binding on. So I'm hoping and the sad thing is I've cut the binding. I have it all ready. It's stacked there. I just have to put the binding on, and I am not hand binding. And so, you can only spend so much time sitting in the studio and getting things done that way. Nikki says, my sewing room is jam-packed. I need another house. I do too. So I keep playing the lottery. I found a house up in northern Arizona that I would really like to have. And it's like 5,800 square feet. But the cool thing is it has this big barn on the property. And it's really cool. But then attached to the barn is like two mother-in-law suites. So one's like a two-bedroom and one's a one-bedroom. And I was like, see, that would really be cool. Then he could have the one bedroom for his projects and that. I, of course, would need the two bedroom. And we'll act like we'll let him have the other, even though we know John will probably migrate over, but we'll see. But John didn't win the lottery, and so we're staying here for a while. So, but I do like to window shop sometime. All right, and then see, I made this one all springy. How cute is this? Oh, guys, is it sound cutting in and out, or is it? Because on here on my side it shows it's fine, and it shows it's charging and it's working. Katrina says I've been scanning generation 4 generations and working on that. Yeah, guys. So let me know if you still can't hear me because it does say everything's working, everything's connected. So let me know. Nikki goes, I went through fabric and made a huge mess digging through bags and pulling fabric out that I forgot I had. I understand. Believe me, I so get that. Sally says sound is good for her. Thanks, Sally. Katrina, I desperately need to do that with all my pictures I've taken since my kids were little. Think back 40 years. It's so nice that we have them electronic now. I will say one of the best things, my daughter asked me a couple of years ago what she could get me for my birthday. And I said, can you get me one of those electronic picture frames? Sadly, so it sits in the kitchen at the bar area. And when we eat dinner, have lunch, or whatever, I always notice it. So interesting enough, my niece, who always gets to be involved with birthdays and all that with the grandkids, she's really great about uploading pictures and that. My daughter, not so much, but it is nice because I always have updated pictures and that of the kids and different things going on. So I always appreciate that. So that was probably one of the best gifts she ever gave me. And she goes, I would have never thought to give you that. And I said, I don't know what made me think of it. I don't know if I'd seen, because my birthday is over Christmas, of course. So I don't know if I'd seen a commercial or something that made me think about it, but that was one of the best things ever. And interesting enough, my niece has been closing out my mother's home. And so she's been sending me some pictures of my childhood and that. And interesting enough, she's put some of those on the electronic board. And I'm like, yeah, I don't need those. I mean, it's from, when I was in high school to my high school graduation pictures to when I was in marching band. It's like, I don't know, guys. I don't need all of that craziness going on. All right, who else? Thank you guys. Like I said, I'm excited. And I did try to really do a variety. All right, audio's good. Sounds better now. My sound went out, but the phone then died. How crazy is that? Oh, look at Mona did what? She says I'm working to downsize to one room. I think that's adorable. So I went from the smallest third bedroom to the guest room to now we just got rid of all the living room, dining room stuff, and I took over that entire room. Sadly, you would think having this much square footage, everything would fit in this room now, which was what we call the design studio, but that's not the case because my sit down long arm is still in the master bedroom. And all, for the most part, my fabric is still in the guest room, but I really like it in the guest room because it just helps brighten it up. So it's against one of the long walls, and so it does help brighten it up. Hey guys, I am going to ask your opinion. I worked on sewing parts online, and I can't think of his name. His always putting out some new patterns. I fell in love with this pattern and knew I had some fabric that would really be cool with it. So we did that. So it's hard to see, but this is actually pretty bright pinks and teals and all that. But I really like the design, but it turned out much smaller um, than I wanted. And my partner thinks it's too small for a wall hanging even. in that I need to do, he just wants me to do more blocks. And I just don't know that I want to do more blocks. I don't know that I'm not kind of over the pattern now. So what I was thinking about doing is putting like a 1.5 inch teal border around it. And then if I still wanted something more, to maybe go back with a 3 or 4 inch border that matches the main fabric. So I think, and I like borders on my quilts for some reason. I'm really trying not to just always put borders on stuff, but be curious what you think about that. I think it's a cool pattern. Sorry, I didn't mean to blast you with the light. I fixed that before the live, but obviously it didn't save. There you go. Sorry about that. All right, let's go back over to the camera that I was working on. Okay, come on. There we go. All right. Oh my gosh, Katrina says it's close to 100 years of family photo. Ticks me off with all of the no name pictures, right? Well, and that's the sad thing because, I don't have much family relationship anyways, but we had such a small family. But like my dad didn't get along with most of his side of the family. It's like so, and now that that whole generation's gone or just about gone, there's a lot like cousins, nieces, nephews, and that we just don't know each other. We've never seen each other, or we haven't seen each other in 30 years. And again, most of my family, I have family mostly in Kentucky, and then I do have some family, extended family, I think in Missouri. But I don't know. As far as I know, I'm the only one out in Arizona, which suits me just fine, I can tell you. Who else? Oh, Pat says she's got an electronic frame. I love it. I think it's really cool. Oh, Brian says, I need a house that requires a golf cart to get around in. I remember that. If you remember the movie Richie Rich, wouldn't that be cool to have that? I mean, of course, he had a vault just full of money, too. He was kind of like Scrooge McDuck. But I think that would be cool. So, Brian, if you get to that point, you let us know because Carl and I would certainly love to come out and visit and see that. Nikki goes, Brian, go big or go home, right? I have the electronic frame that my daughter put her wedding photos in for my parents. I just think that it's just cool. I have a photo printer, and so there for a while I was printing the photos of the grandkids and that because the hallway all the way that runs the length of the house I have family photos all the way up, so it's mostly me and my partner on one section, but then my daughter and her family and the grandkids in one, my son and his two children in the other, and then my niece in because we do a lot of things together, and but it just got to be too much. It was like I don't have time to print that, so the electronic frame did help make up for it. All right, you are punching out corners are harder than you think. I do like the teal and the orange on this one. I do think these turned out cute. Oh, thank you for the quilt. I'm glad. Thank you. I do think it turned out. I do like that pattern. I just don't know that I'm in the mood to do more. I've just got so much other stuff. I've got stuff stacked everywhere. And for some reason, even though I've got all this other stuff cut and ready to go, what did I do? I stopped and ran and did that one. And it's like, really? Because you already had other stuff cut that should have been in the queue. But anyways, it was there. Mm-mm-mm. Salsa says, looks fabulous. You're such a sweetheart. Thank you. Ina says you need a new extension built on. Sadly, I have a huge covered front porch. And if I had the money and could convert that front porch and add that square footage, that would be perfect for a long arm room. And then I have screened-in porch on the back that runs the entire length of the house, which really is what I would have loved to have my design studio in. But I'm just to the point now, it's like I'm not going to make any investment here. I've enjoyed living here. It's a nice community for the most part in that, but I'll be honest, I am just kind of getting over Phoenix, the crowds, the traffic, and all that, and just really wanting to find something much simpler as I go into my golden years, they call them. So I don't know how much gold my golden years are going to have, but that's why I'm buying stuff now so I can stock up. Maybe Mona helped me get a job at a quilt shop down there, but I have a feeling I would not make any money, work all day just to pay off my debt at the quilt shop. But maybe that wouldn't be so bad either. So at least I would be staying, you know, at the zero, right? Hey, Jean, welcome in. She says, "Me too. Love borders. I do too. For some reason, the quilts just don't look finished to me without them. I don't know why." Good, thank you. Red border, then white or green. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. All right, I may take a look at that. I'm actually hoping that I can find colors that match, and I can do it in the out of my stash and not have to go to the store. So again, because already kind of spent the money for the month of May, right? Plus, I got to save up. Next month, guys, is the beach. You all will get to see Ava Lynn again. I get to see Ava Lynn again. I have not seen her for literally a year. So, because we usually go home for Easter, we chose not to go home for Easter this year. Again, just way, way too expensive with everything else going on. So, I have not seen my grandchildren for exactly a year. And so I am excited to get back to the beach and excited to get to that quilt store. That's where we found all the Halloween fabric last year. I thought I was bad and my partner was shopping faster than I could keep up. And I'm like, dude, just stop. He was 2 aisles ahead of me pulling fabric. So, and he likes Halloween. I think, I don't know that so much that we like Halloween as much as we like the colors, the orange, the blacks, the purples, all of that kind of stuff. And I will tell you, I am not a scary Halloween guy. I like the fun part of Halloween. I'm not getting into all that scary stuff. All right, let's see. Zaza says if you converted the porch, you just build it. Oh, I know, believe me. And somebody asked, or somebody said, barn dominiums. We've actually looked at barn dominiums, so I don't know what we'll end up doing. We've looked at triple wides, we've looked at barn dominiums. I don't see us necessarily looked at farms in that down in that area, but you know that's just different. So we'll see. I sent Mona an email. She needs to answer on asking her about the area and her thoughts because that would put us down next to her. And but we have looked at barn dominiums, and there are some really cool floor plans because, again, we only want like 2 bedrooms, and really, we just need the master bedroom. We do want 2 or 3 baths. I'd like to have a nice kitchen because we both do enjoy cooking, but I need a family room. But literally, half the house would end up being craft and design and studio and that. I mean, he's been 3D printing all weekend for me for some things that I wanted for the retreat. So he's put all that together and been doing that. He's got two 3D printers at the moment. I don't know how big that farm will grow, but you know, it's up to him. And then he'll do some laser stuff for me too. So he hasn't got the laser going yet. But, and again, we work full time, right? So it's hard to work all that in. And then next weekend, you know, we're trying to do all the other things. Mother's Day is here. So we want to spend a little time with Mama Jan and recognize her. But we may end up postponing that. We'll see. She sent me a text and I haven't had a really a time to think about it and respond back, but we'll get there. Mona says, I don't remember getting your note. I wondered if, because it comes from guyscrafttoo, if maybe it went to spam, because I knew you'd respond. So that's why I called you out. So, but no, Vicky, and it was no hurry because we're not coming down till July anyways. Hmm. Teresa says, I have no room for a long arm. I wish I did. Probably could have paid for one with all I've spent on long arming. I tell you what, I'm back and forth. I am fortunate that my partner will long arm for me. Um, I have trouble with the reach and the stretch and all that on there. I mean, long arming is pretty physical. I mean, I'll tell you, I think long armors certainly earn their money. And so I'm fortunate I was able to buy mine. I had bought a sit down long arm. I've got the Sweet 16 and I love it. And I can really knock out some things quick and easy on it. But because it's in the master bedroom, I just don't use it like I used to. I've got friends that go, you ought to just sell it. I'm like, but I really like it. And I keep thinking, like, when I retire, I'll use it, right? And because for table runners and things, I would rather do it than use Hercules. So we'll see, but we'll get that done. Look at the last one. All right. Um, who was it? So I got so far behind on long arming, and I needed some things done. So I ended up taking, I think, 3 quilts, maybe 4, to a long armor that I know. And she's a super nice lady. She's got a gamel. She's got a beautiful setup in that. She does a gorgeous job. And she told me, she goes, you know what you need to do is just sell your long arm and just bring all your stuff to me. And I thought, no, what I need to do is make mine work a whole lot more. And then, of course, it went down. And of course, Grace has lousy customer service. So I was 2 months without it. So that didn't help. Mm. So what's coming up? Um, so cutting up, piecing out this week on Thursday is all about pre-cuts. I think what I'm going to do, I pulled out the directions that I used last time. I made Christmas tote bags with charm packs. And so the pattern that I use takes 50 5-inch squares. So it's 25 on the front, 25 on the back. I really like how those turned out. I had several folks ask me actually if I would teach a class and show how to do that because they really did turn out nice. So I did find a spring summer charm pack and I thought that might be something good to work on. I will tell you I don't use the big foam for the totes typically because I just think it's too heavy and I can't think of what it's called now. But I use a different stabilizer, but I may, because this is going to be a summer one and kind of be more um, going to the beach in there, because probably what I'll end up doing is making it and taking it to the beach for my daughter. And so we'll see. But that is the plan for Thursday. So if you plan to be there, that is what I am looking at for Thursday. At the moment, I don't have any guests lined up anytime soon for the channel. And again, it's just so much going on right now. I so appreciate Katie reaching out and asking me to be on her channel. So I know we will have fun together. And it'll be fun just to have that um, and get caught up with her to see what all she's got going on in that. Brian, see, Brian's such an enabler. Zaza, just take the cost of a long arm and divide it up and buy lots of other stuff. I tell you what, it's and I tell you, I like to use 108 fabric for my backings, and man, has 108 fabric gotten expensive, and there's so much more out there now. Hey, Mona, it is 6:30 my time. So if you're East Coast, it's 9:30, 8:30 Central. Because, unfortunately, by the time I get home from work and that, and get things going. 6:30 actually pushes me to do much during the week. And so far, I've had mostly East Coasters, which is just amazing, guys. I so appreciate that you all show up and that you're there. And does just mean a lot. Nikki goes, I like the way Brian thinks. I do too. Brian is very, very creative in his the way he spends money. I know he was very diligent when he was buying his new brother. He was very focused on what that looked like and getting that machine and that. And if you haven't been over to Witchcraft and watched some of his videos, you should go over and check him out. It is absolutely awesome. I don't know if I set Brian up. Let me check Nightbot to see if I ever got that working. I just have to wait for my keyboard to wake back up. There it goes. And I can put some channel links out there so you all can see what's going on. Because supposedly, trying to find the command now. Oh, if you put exclamation point my channel, exclamation point my channel, it is supposed to pop up with your with the channel links. But I've not, the last couple of times it has not worked. I have Adam Sows out there, so, but I have not put yours in Nightbot, Brian, so I will get that done and get your channel out there for you as well. All right, so what else? What else? Tomorrow I am excited just to get caught up on all the crazy stuff. I've lost my, oh, all right, this was not my fault that this fell inside, okay? So, like, where did this go? I just found it. My partner just actually printed these for me on the 3D printer, and the ones he does has the hole in the point, so you can actually use it for installing, changing out your needles. And then, of course, this end is to help press out the seams. Zaza says, I get my 108 from a dead stock seller. Tula 8 meter is a great deal. I think I have one Tula 108, and I've never justified paying more for the Tula 108. And it's I'm trying to think, it's the pattern with the little birds on the white background. I can't think of the name of that right now. My night is just it's been crazy. Good night, Mona. Thanks for being here. Always fun to see you. Um, So see, guys, why is that not working? My channel. I keep asking AI to help me work with it. I'll hook up with Danelle. She's the only one who can ever make things work on my channel for me. And we'll hook up this week and try to see if I can get that working, because it's frustrating. Um, I've had all kinds of commands in there, and I've done everything the directions has told me, but it's just not working the way it should. All right, I do have a drawing. I do want to give away 2 of the banner days tonight. I do think this is what we're going to end up doing for the holiday quilting bee. I'm not positive, but I do think that's what we'll end up doing. Let me get over and get the... All right, exclamation point Villa, Villa. We'll get you registered. We'll give 2 of these away. I do kind of like this, and I did want to do something kind of patriotic for Memorial Day going into the summer and that. Anyways, I do like that this has got stars and that what it's connected with. Let me see if I can show you here better even. I do think it's a cool table runner. My problem is I will probably cheat, because I'm absolutely not going to do some of the cutting that the pattern is telling me that I want to cut. And so I will probably cheat the system a little bit and actually look at doing it with um, the AccuQuilt. So, but I just got to figure out how I make it work on the AccuQuilt. but I think that will be cool. And so we will get those dropped in the mail. We'll give a couple of those away this week. Probably give a couple away next week. So that way, if you don't have the pattern, you do want to follow along on the Holiday Quilting Bee. Holiday Quilting Bees, if you're new to the channel, are 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on the day of the holiday. We do go live for 3 hours. I have on some holidays I've had guests, other holidays I haven't had guests. So we'll just see. So look, guys, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 done. How great is that? I love when a plan comes together. Does make um, all that. Oh, hey, Zaza, thank you. She says Mona needs you to resend her email. I will do that. I will do that after the live tonight. Thank you. All right, so let's give the first pattern away. I have 2. If you win, you will need to send me an email with your address. It is John, John, at guyscrafttoo is my email. And if you will send me your address. All right, so let's choose the first winner. Jen is the winner. You've won the giveaway. So please send me your address and I will get that dropped in as a letter this week. Pat says a friend came over and used my AccuQuilter to cut block pieces for Valor. It is amazing how fast it goes and so little waste. So congrats, Miss Jen. I agree. And interesting enough, we are, that's one of the things we're doing at our retreat for the summer kickoff. Ray's coming out. He's actually put together a new pattern specific for AccuQuilt. He's bringing I think he wrote everything to 10-inch. The 10-inch die cube set. He's bringing his 10-inch. I'm bringing my electric cutter as well. I have a friend that's bringing their 12-inch cube set, and I have another retreater that's bringing their 8-inch. So we'll actually have 8, 10, and 12 cubes to work with, so you can work as big or as small as you choose. Ray's been teaching locally for AccuQuilt now for about the last year. He's gotten really hooked on it as well, so I'm anxious for him to see what he's got going and what that looks like. And then he's actually doing a jelly strip, kind of scrappy quilt idea, so I'm anxious to see what that looks like because I've not seen. All right, let's do one more giveaway. Let's get another winner. Sweet Granny. So awesome. Thanks for being here tonight. And Sweet Granny, if you will send me your address at John, John, at guyscrafttoo, I will get that in the mail this week for you all. So congratulations. So hopefully tomorrow I get caught up with a lot of fun things. If you noticed, I did get the Stars and Stripes quilt. Sparkle and Stripes is the name of that pattern. I did get that up. So we did change out things a little bit for the Memorial Day, for the holidays. We've got that going on. So that's kind of fun and exciting. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. Looking at the wrong camera. All right, let me get back over here so I see what's going on. So kind of exciting, kind of fun to see what summer brings. You know, it's hard to think now we're into the summer. It's like Valentine's, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, and it's like, wait a minute, we're already into May. Next month, I'm going to the beach. The next month, we're going down to southern Arizona to explore. You know, it's like we have so many plans, and it felt like all of these were so far off, and now all of a sudden they're here, and it's like, okay, we got to hurry and get caught up. It's just too much going on. So guys, that is Guys Craft 2. If you're new to the channel, welcome in. If you're not a subscriber, please consider becoming a subscriber. If you're a regular, I so appreciate the chat and the fact that you all keep me on my toes and keep me busy during it. It is always appreciated. I enjoy this time together. I look forward to it. Hope to see you all Thursday evening, but I understand for some of you it is late just because of the time change in that. But always appreciate all of you that are here. I hope you have an amazing start to your week. And as always, until next time, happy crafting!